Hello everybody, it is Marmanga Knikel. Did you like the reaction video? That was kind of a review, the review reaction. Did you like it? I'm afraid that you guys didn't. It's not the full episode. Why? Well, you see, that's kind of why I wanted to change it. The guilt of having the full episodes on my channel was just too much, and I just didn't want to have them on the channel anymore. So, the reviews are what my new style is going to be. Sorry if you came for the episodes, but I just didn't like having full episodes of a show on my channel because they can be taken down instantaneously and ruin everything else that I've worked so hard to make. So that's why I'm doing that. I might unlist the other past reactions that I've made, but I might not. I don't know. Only time will tell. Anyway, let's get on with the school day. Today in my creative writing class, instead of whatever we did last week, we did it for the garage. So instead of the spaceship, it was a garage. Instead of whatever, it was a garage. And the only thing I remember putting was golf cart, because I was the only person who said golf cart, and I was just like, nice, I'm the only person who thought of that, nobody else thought of that. I should get 5 extra credit points on every single thing in my English class, please. I needed help. Send help. SOS. Anyway, later we were doing stories, and somebody put a TLC, like, addicted to gasoline drinking story, like, on My Strange Addictions, and I don't know, I found that funny. Maybe it's because I find reality show parodies funny, and that's why I found the Survivor story from a week or two ago hilarious. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Let's get on to apologetics class. Apologetics class. Today in apologetics class, I'm honestly gonna say I can't really remember exactly what he talked about. The only thing I remember is David and Jonathan. Other than that, I do remember the kid sitting next to me at the end of the table was like moving the table like up and down to the point where my giant binder was about to fall off. And I feel like they were trying to annoy me, but I like didn't do anything, and they were like, huh, we have to one-up ourselves. How do we annoy Michael? Because he was doing that with like everybody else he was around. He was like just playing around and goofing off pretty much. But I didn't do anything. So they either thought I was asleep or just didn't care at all. I didn't care at all. The entirety of my Spanish class today was taken up by a test that I may or may not have forgotten about. But I do feel like I did really well on it. So oh well. She was playing music the whole time, and it was piano music for the most part, and I really liked it. But then the last song at the very end came on, and it sounded just like some of the puzzle music from Professor Layton. It probably was some of the puzzle music from Professor Layton, and it just kind of made its way onto some like study music playlist on Spotify or something. Then in my math class, today was mainly just a study day for a test that we're having tomorrow, so she gave us a few worksheets to work on, and I was working on those, and I feel really confident in myself with math, and hopefully I'll be able to do well on the test, although only time will tell. But in the middle of like our studying, I was like wearing my earbuds, listening to Xenoblade music, and just finishing all the work, because the Xenoblade soundtrack is surprisingly like good for studying and stuff. And I don't feel like listening to the Professor Layton soundtrack because that sounds like, because like the Professor Layton soundtrack is too close to me that I don't want to ruin it too much and like ruin it. And I know that sounds really weird, but that's how I feel about the Professor Layton soundtrack, and that's why I don't listen to it at all. Unless I'm playing the game, or unless I'm like really emotional and just feel like listening to the music. But other than that, I don't listen to the music on like normal, everyday, like, hey, I kind of feel like listening to one of the songs from Professor Layton. Then in the middle, but I took my earbuds out and I walk over and I squashed a beetle that was just like crawling around because it was like irking me. Like I could see it in the corner of my eye just like walking in circles, and so I walked over there and crushed the beetle. And I went back and did my work. And then at the very end of the class, when everybody from outside was coming back in so they can get their stuff, because they like to work outside just because it feels nice, one of them accidentally stepped on the beetle and they were like, I killed it! And I was just sitting there like, then after that I went to lunch. Today in lunch was actually like a really good lunch. It was a chili dog. So when I first walk in there, I see the hot dog, and I had like, the hot dogs are okay. Then I see the chili and I'm like, too blessed to be stressed. During lunch, my friend and I like watched scenes of Victorious because we were like trying to find this one part where they had like the little water bottle cap, and then they had like each drip, but then one person like just gets in and he goes, and then everyone was like, oh man, well you can't do that. And they all like hated him. I don't know why. It's like the best scene of the show. It's too good. The Zoe 101 thing from Friday. Then after my lunch, I went to my English class. The first thing she does in the class, she gets up there, and right before we start praying to start the class, she said that the class average was 1 point above a D. And that's when everybody was like sort of freaking out. They're like, what? Come on, what? That was like my fault. 1 point above a D, I can't believe it. Really? Like, what's going on? Then you see that one person in the back like, I studied. The class average would be an F if it wasn't for me. I did it. I did it good. I did. I did it good. And then she goes, oh no, the bad news is already leaked out. Everybody be quiet. And so, that's when we prayed. And then the only thing I could think of, like, the bad news was already leaked out. I don't know why, that just sounds so cool to me. It's like, that was news, and it leaked out, because, I don't know, it's just, I don't know why that sounded so cool, it just did, okay? But then, from the test, she said that she didn't give us a word bank when she was supposed to for like just these various like sections in the middle. So she said that we could redo that section. Not really redo, but do it with all of the materials that we needed so we could get points back. And it's like, thank you. Please. You're a saint. What I would be saying, if you're not giving us a quiz every day this week because of the Scarlet Letter and a project due next week along with quizzes for the rest of the book, come on! I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. I know that it's what we need to do because we're honors class. It just sucks and it's really hard. Then after that, I came home and I have to read the Scarlet Letter and it's painful. Oh, so painful. I hope you guys don't have to read the Scarlet Letter, and if you do, I hope your tests and quizzes aren't as bad as ours are. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all later. New Gravity Falls tonight. I'll get that review up whenever I can. Probably the weekend, hopefully before. I don't know. See you guys. We're not having school on Friday, so there's not going to be a video then. Goodbye, and thank you all for watching. Love you.